Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament. You're just in time for first round action between High Spirits and Solarysdrix. I'm Edgeworth, and I'm here with the RPG chick. RPG, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing today, Edge?
Doing all right. What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
I'm very interested to see what kind of transportation these two runners get first, because that really is going to affect how they route this seed, I think.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see the sort of route divergence you get between an early floater seed or a seed where you're struggling to even move around the overworld because no canoe.
And it looks like our forced class is a fighter this evening.
So that's pretty good for most parties. I think most of the runners this time around have been taking fighters, so this is going to allow for maximum flexibility, and I'm definitely curious to see who everyone will bring this time around.
Well, I know from experience that High Spirits likes to have lots of hats in his party, and you can see it's absolutely no different tonight. But it looks like Solaris is picking the same party, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, so the three mage party, pretty flexible. Definitely no downsides to having access to all the magic, although in the beginning it might make running away a little more difficult.
Yeah, but hopefully maybe they can find something really good in Corneria, find Fade, or even a level 3 magic spell.
So what is your favorite party composition to play in this randomizer?
I actually like to go with an old classic: Fighter, Black Belt, White Mage, and Black Mage. How about you?
It usually depends on the seed count, excuse me, the flags. For anything 300% and up, I like to bring a black belt. Otherwise, this is generally the party that I run with.
Yeah, I can understand that, because if you can level that black belt up to do some major damage, it's definitely helpful, even if you're at 300%. Looks like we're going to get a check of black magic right away. Not too much here, except rub might be a little bit helpful for some instant death. And a nice little heal spell in the white magic shop is not too bad either.
Yeah, so this takes out the easy option of going to fight the imps first and getting some gold that way. So this might the best option here might be just to run up the Temple of Fiends and try to erase Garland.
Looks like High Spirits and Solaris are going to do a little bit of money grinding anyway, though.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the play it safe strategy, although this is a little trickier when you don't know what the imps have. Looks like they're just swinging away, so pretty good for both High Spirits and Solaris.
Yeah, so if I recall correctly, I think only enemy skills are randomized for the Swiss level tournament.
So skills and scripts are shuffled as well. So, and the on hit abilities. So could just be that these are Stone Touch imps, and we don't know. But that seems a little unlikely at this point.
Right. But we're not going to see any spells shuffled around, right?
Oh, we will. Those are on for the Swiss rounds as well.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I thought it was just touch effects.
Yeah, that was something that was changed during a poll late, so a recent update.
Yeah, if you only watched the Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament last time, there have been a lot of changes made to this randomizer to make things much more interesting, I think. And I know in the Swiss round, a lot of the NPC items are shuffled around. Although I don't believe the crown, herb, and crystal ones are shuffled.
That's right. Anything, any of the long fetch quest items, like Bottle de Oxiel or Crown all the way to Key, if you pick up the starting item, you know what you're going to get at the end.
Question in the chat, is temper fixed in this rando? Yes, temper is fixed in this rando.
Yeah, most of the spells that don't work in the vanilla version have been fixed, so including Expert, which leads to some kind of interesting strategies.
Looks like we've got early canoe, which is kind of funny because High Spirits often ends up with early canoe instead of early ship.
So early canoe is interesting because it opens up the possibility of floater being early as well. You have access to quite a few incentivized locations, and you can also dive Ice Cave if you're feeling pretty risky. So
yeah, in addition to having some of the NPC items randomized, some changes have been made to the landscape as well, so that you can actually kind of access the entire circular content. So, like, you can walk around down towards Elfland, you can canoe to Crescent Lake and things like that without the boat.
The first round's of Rub missing from Solaris, but he gets Garland on the second try. And is also going to need to buy some pure potions after this. Apparently there was an enemy with Poison Touch running around Temple of Fiends.
So it'll be interesting to see which way our two runners decide to head from here.
With no bridge, they're gonna have to swing into the Dwarf Cave area.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, from there, I mean, do they go check out Marsh? Are they gonna go to Volcano? Are they gonna go to Ice Cave?
Ooh, and not good items along the way, and they may have to. If this seed continues to be pretty poor resource-wise, they may have to dive a dungeon or two just to open some chests.
Well, they do still have at least incentivized Ice Cave at this point for the eye chest.
Nice move by High Spirits. Uses the bottle to make the menuing a little easier. That way the tents are in the first slot now.
Man, those Rururus are relentless today.
Ooh, unrunnable Hydras on the river, so High Spirits is going to be in good shape if these rubs land, but looks
unfortunately not. Hopefully, once he gets down to Elfland, he'll be able to find some much better magic.
Yeah, unfortunately, given his levels, probably will only be able to get up the level 3 magic. Probably won't see charges for 4 for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. But at least if he can grab something good, he knows he's got something nice coming, and he can grind for it if he needs to.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice fight to get right now.
So it looks like Fire 3 and Lit 3, both in the level 3 Black Magic shop on Solaris' side.
Yeah, very nice to see. Fade as well for the White Mage, so once those level 3 charges start rolling in, things are going to get a lot easier.
Yeah, a little pricey, so not only will they have to grind for some levels, but they're also probably going to have to do a little bit of money grinding unless they're going to dive dungeons and hope for treasure.
A lot of nice spells in that shop. Quad X is quite good as well. Basically think of it as a single target deal 300 damage spell.
It looks like grinding is exactly what High Spirits is going to do.
Yeah, interesting. There's two different approaches. Solaris is electing to just barrel on ahead and see if he can get some treasure chests. While High Spirits is gonna do a little bit of fundraising outside of Elfland.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe we'll see what the level 5 spells are. Oh no, there's the floater!
Alright, well this helps Solaris out a lot, especially if there's an AoE spell in Provoca, the level 2 magic shop.
Yeah, that is a nice early find.
Yeah, very good gamble from Solaris, and that's going to pay off with a sub 10 minute floater.
Yeah, unfortunately for High Spirits, this isn't the best of places to grind.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not the best of level 1 spells either, and I can see why he's doing it. He would feel more comfortable with some level 3 charges under his belt.
Oh, sure.
But I think if he knew what he was going to get in Crescent Lake, he would have made the same exact play as Solaris, so just playing it safe versus gambling, and one works out.
And now it looks like we do have some grinding going on both sides for some money. And probably some levels as well.
Alright, and with about 300 gold, Solaris should be able to buy at least one spell in Provoca, so if there is indeed an AoE spell here, he should be able to grab it.
Ooh, you have Nuke and Dice too, but Nuke is a very nice level 2 spell to find, because that's going to give you a lot of charges by the end of the game.
Yeah, that's the big prize as well, and now Solaris really has a leg up in his ability to gain levels anywhere.
A bit of a peek at the level 4 shops here. Nice white magic. You got some level 4 exit and heal 3. In Viz 2 wall, all very nice spells to have actually, just not enough spots. It's a good thing they have a red mage in their party.
So with level 2 Nuke and level 3 Fade, there's a lot of powerful magic available early, and that's going to allow the runners to dive dungeons a lot earlier than they normally would.
And it looks like the pirate had the loot, so there's another key item down for our runners. At least when High Spirits gets there anyway.
Ooh, we find the crown as well. And pretty expensive, but it is a very nice crown.
And gold rings for about 7,300. That's a little bit pricey, but not completely awful.
High Spirits resetting to avoid the unrunnable Hydra fights. Looks like no one wants to take Encounter on the River this time around.
No, I can't really blame him. A lot of those river monsters hit like a truck. Any sign of a vendor item is asked in chat, and yes, we have the crown and Provoca.
And at about 13 minutes, High Spirits is going to get his floater. Ooh, pack of Peds for Solaris, and that's always a good fight to find.
And I think High Spirits will also be very happy to see the level 2 nuke here.
And not much going on in the White Magic shop. Mute can do some things in a pinch, but you would rather nuke stuff down. It's a lot more fun.
No arguments.
And High Spirits is going to go run right into the pirate fight before saving, and that's because there is the option to have the pirate fight be guaranteed safe with this flag set. And I see Solaris is also doing some leveling outside Crescent Lake, and while this isn't necessarily a bad idea, ooh, it might be with Scorpions with Thunder, I would prefer to see them explore the world a little bit more and then take the encounters as they come with a lot of nuke charges available. They can gun down pretty much any encounter that they see on the overworld and get decent experience while also exploring.
Yeah, plus they do have, with the airship, they do have access to some free chests, like on the Cardia Islands.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I had in mind. The Cardia Islands monsters, like the Saurias, the Manticores, the Sphinxes, the Worms, and Wyverns, all of those are pretty decent experience and will usually die to a nuke.
We're getting a Titan cave check. Ooh, Opal Ring and the Thor Hammer are pretty nice finds.
Yeah, Opal Bracelet, the best mage armor in the game, and Thor Hammer, you are never unhappy to find that before the Sea Shrine.
Yeah, in general, I think everybody's always happy to find the weapons and the armor that'll cast magic for them.
And this is a bit of a rough encounter. No sign of warp or exit yet, so that's going to make exploring some of the caves a little more tedious.
Well, there was exit. I don't remember where it was now, but I don't think either player got it yet because it was fairly pricey.
Was it level 4 Elfland?
I think it was.
That would make sense. They don't have spell charges for it yet. Solaris is gonna take a dip into Volcano and probably go after the treasury.
And we get a cube today instead of a rod. Not bad.
Oh, old man playing with a Rubik's Cube. All finished. Here you go.
Oh, Perilous with Glare is not a fun thing to find in the volcano.
Oh no, especially when they have instant death and no life. So I think Solaris is just gonna crack open those chests, and yeah, he immediately sees something that he wants, so he's gonna reset for it.
Yeah, well, I think a Pro Ring would be super helpful right now, so I cannot blame him.
He's like, oh great, why can't I get this before I run into the instant death crit? And High Spirits is gonna take a spinner on the Cardi Islands. Ooh, big money in that chest. That's enough to buy that crown.
There we go. We were able to pick up the Pro Ring with our party intact.
Oh, and the ribbon right next to it. So this is a pretty nice improvement.
A pretty loaded volcano. Very nice. Ooh, unrunnable gray worms. That's not fun.
It's alright. Nothing a newt can't handle.
Oh, for sure. Just that some of the trap tiles you kind of are stuck going on to get some of the treasures in the volcano does make that a little bit annoying to be an unrunnable.
Yeah, if he's going to continue to dive volcano, he's going to run into another one. And looks like the Wizogre Hyena fight is also unrunnable, which is going to be pretty annoying.
Ooh, Defense Sword is a nice find also. This was definitely a very loaded volcano.
Yeah, this room definitely the place to be. Lots of really good endgame items.
I like this though. Our runners are taking two completely different routes from each other.
Yeah, at this point, both the runners are trying to get as much equipment as possible. High Spirits is electing to stick around the overworld, and looks like he's going to continue to do so with the Crown Quest, while Solaris went and dove a dungeon that has a pretty high payout in the first two floors.
Yeah, plus once we have the Mystic Key, there's going to be a lot of free chests for High Spirits to dig through.
Or Estos. Never knew what hit him.
Plus the airship makes his little fetch quest chain a lot faster.
So right now it's an interesting decision from the runners. Due to the way the logic works, it's a pretty good, if not certain chance that you only need to check incentive items from here on out to finish the key item list. So at this point, the runners are really looking for endgame gear. And it all depends on what they're comfortable going with to finish the game out.
Yeah, one would hope that we find a couple more ribbons and pro rings and such.
Power Gauntlet and the white shirt, also nice to have, but not essential. The Defense Sword definitely helps out, and it's a pretty good option for getting you through those very, very tough Temple of Fiends fights.
And it looks like Solaris is gonna escape the volcano with his loot intact. Oh, there's the exit spell. I knew it was somewhere.
So Invis 2, Heal 3, and Exit all on the same level. Pretty stacked white magic offering.
Person in chat asks, so certain item locations are incentive spots always. I think certain treasure spots, like the eye chest and the zombie dragon chest in Ordeals, can be changed, but I think the NPC ones are always incentive spots, or am I wrong about that?
So with respect to certain item locations, if you find the crown, you're always going to get the key. At least for this flag set, you will always get the key at the end of the quest, and same for the bottle chain, and same for the TNT chain, and the adamant always gives the Excalibur. That may change in the bracket rounds, but because of that limitation, you can predict to a certain degree what the upcoming items will be. Like, you may not know where, say, the slab is going to end up, but you know that just from what you got early, that it's got to be in an incentive location right now.
Sorry about that. See, this is why I like to have you for commentary, Edge. You are the master.
Well, it's a lot easier to keep track of things when you're not running the race, fortunately.
This is very true.
Just, I gotta start writing some stuff down for these Swiss matches. NPC Shuffle is a little trickier than the previous tournament.
Ooh, looks like we found a nice little pro cape here in the key lock chest. That's always a good find.
Yeah, still the big prize that High Spirits is looking for is a ribbon. He hasn't done a dive into the volcano yet, so he doesn't know what good stuff is hanging out in that treasury.
No, but I'm sure he'll head over that way pretty soon. Because he's done most of the freebie chests at this point. And we have Solaris also working his way through some of the Mystic Key chests, because I did see him dive into them in Elfland.
Temper at level 4 as well.
Wow. That's a very stacked level 4 all around. Warp would be nice so that they don't have to go through the eye if they don't want to in the ice cave.
Yeah, it's certainly nice to be able to do the warp trick and get the incentive chest right away. But even exit has some value, as you don't need to loop through the ice cave twice.
I'm not sure if High Spirits is grinding for levels at this point.
I wonder if he wants an exit charge before he goes into the volcano.
No, that would actually make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, he only gets 2 X speeds in that fight.
Yeah, chance for 1 to 4, so this is a pretty average result.
So he's about to find the same lovely treasure trove that Solaris found earlier.
And we'll see. He's gonna just take that and then go for the large set of chests. It's a good move. And he's gonna try to run from these guys, and
Oh, that was super lucky. The one person he's got the pro cape on gets hit by the glare.
so yeah, dodges a bullet there. And he's gonna take this firefight, even though the unrunnable flag has been shuffled off of them.
But I'm sure he's super happy to see the pro ring and the ribbon, because especially if the Paralisks through here are going to have glare. I have to say, I do like that little quality of life improvement to the randomizer, so that when it is an unrunnable, it says wait instead of run.
Yeah, that's really nice to have. And you see High Spirits kind of stop in the middle there, like, hey, wait a minute.
Ooh, we have some very nice spells going on at the level 5 shop as well. Cure 4 and Life 2.
As there's some definite solid offerings, and High Spirits getting roughed up a little bit here, but let's see if this Lit 3 takes out. Oh, the Wiz Ogre's still standing.
Not so much in the black magic shop here at Melman, though.
Ooh, no more life charges. So...
And no exit spell.
Nope. So High Spirits did not stay at the inn after his grind, so he's gonna have to walk this out.
Oh boy, and he's still hunting, so I hope he makes it out okay. And Solaris kind of swapping places with High Spirits, and now he's gonna do his Cardia Island checks.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. Two different routes initially, but just converged right now. And after Solaris finishes up the Cardia Islands, they're going to be in remarkably the same shape.
Yeah, for sure. And, ooh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wiped by the 6-pack of scorpions on the way out. And I think High Spirits is going to go save at the inn and then come back.
Yeah, I guess he probably didn't have a house in his inventory either, so he couldn't have just left and recovered his magic that way either.
Yeah, not too bad, fortunately, with the airship. And no Thunder Scorpions today.
Oh man. Alright, so he's got his one charge of exit, and we're gonna try this again.
Alright, take two.
Solaris picking up that gold bracelet in the Cardia Islands, which is also pretty nice. It'll save him some money on having to buy other ones. And these Paralisks are merciless today.
Oh, they also have Trance, too. That's, this is an awful, awful group.
It also makes you wonder, are we going to be able to even do or bother with an Agama grind in here?
At this point, I don't think it's really necessary. you can get quite a lot of levels along the way just using nuke charges and still have enough charges for your boss fights. So
fair enough. It looks like we also have some pro rings in Gaia.
Yeah, and they seem to be reasonably priced, and no reason to not pick up 4 of those. The best arm slot armor in the game. So I think High Spirits is going to clear this room out again and then just exit out, and should be good to go after that.
Yeah, the question is from here, once he's saved his bounty, does he go back in and finish the volcano, or is he gonna go elsewhere?
He certainly has enough in the way of nuke charges to do that.
He is noping out of there.
And he is 1 life charge short again, so back to Crescent Lake.
I think once he heads to Melmond and finds Life 2, even though it's a level 5 spell, I think he's going to be pretty happy to see that.
Yeah, it's always worth picking it up, even if you have life on another slot. The ability to just completely heal a dead party member saves you a lot of time, especially in the end game. You can life to the knight instead of feeding heal potions down there. It saves a ton of time.
Yeah, and we have Solaris doing an ordeals dip. So the teleporters in here are randomized, so you cannot follow the same path you would normally take.
And this is another dungeon where having access to warp would be super useful. You can kind of cheat the teleporter maze by jumping back to your previous location, but not an option this time around.
Right, and if you go through too many of the teleporters, I think it will also soft lock, right?
That is true. I don't know if the developers have implemented a fix to that yet. I know they were working on it, but I don't know if it's in this version. Alright, Fuchsia confirming the soft lock has been fixed in chat. Thanks.
Oh, awesome. So we've got 2 incentivized location checks approaching, with High Spirits going towards the eye chest and Solaris going towards the zombie dragon chest. So we'll see what each runner is able to find here.
Solaris getting turned around in the pillar maze. Oh no! And he takes the one that warps him back to start, so he's just gonna reset.
He is not having the best of luck, I feel bad.
Yeah, this can be a little rough. Oh, hey, more instant death in Ice Cave. We've got mages with Squint.
Maybe the hope is that we can get all the instant death out of the way now.
And what's interesting is Solaris's routing means that he won't have nearly as much of a problem with this, with the full set of pro rings. And there's the Adamant for High Spirits. So he will have Excalibur as soon as he finds the tail.
Oh, that'd be nice if he also finds the Mass Moon, because then he can give it to his red mage.
Yeah, having two physical attackers definitely helpful for the run through Temple of Fiends. But once you get to fighting the individual fiends, it's usually better to pass the Mass Moon back up to the fighter.
Oh, of course.
Unfortunately, the great strength of Excalibur in that it does extra damage against anything that has a elemental weakness doesn't work against the fiends because all their elemental weaknesses got removed.
And it looks like Solaris is having a lot of trouble with the red gargoyles. They're runnable, but it looks like they have stun touch, so it is making them very difficult to run from.
Yeah, paralysis touch on any of the gargoyle enemies is particularly nasty because of how many hits they get in the vanilla game. And believe it or not, it used to be worse, but the developers fixed a bug from vanilla that would credit misses as still being allowed to apply the status effect.
Ooh, Power Gauntlet from the Ice Cave, very nice.
Yeah, that's a very nice pickup for the knight. And I believe High Spirits still has his exit charge, so he should be good to go after he drops down and takes out the eye.
A Zeus Gauntlet from Ordeals is not a bad find either, because that'll give you another AoE.
Near vanilla Zeus Gauntlet. And Solaris finds the ruby.
Oh, I think the poor Titan is gonna go hungry tonight.
No, we'll see if Solaris is going to be a good guy and feed him anyway.
And it looks like Rod in the incentivized Ice Cave chest here.
Yeah, and it looks like High Spirits is going to take a couple levels here as well. Probably not a bad idea to burn what's left of your high-level magic charges and then get out of town.
And the tail, vanilla tail! Is this even randomized?
Come on, Entroper.
Yeah, it looks like grinding off the eye is not doing too badly. The only bad thing, of course, about grinding off things where there's only one tile of them is you can always run into something nasty on another tile.
Yeah, and I would feel kind of uncomfortable dealing with a 5-pack of Wraiths at this point. Meanwhile, Solaris gets a double Saria encounter and runs from it, and that's a pretty good encounter to take as you go along. Both of those guys are worth slightly less than an Agama, and if you just nuke down that group, it's quite a lot of experience.
And he is noping out of there finally, so we are going to escape with our treasure intact. Both of our players are going to go on to whatever their next choice is. And it looks like Solaris is going to waste absolutely zero time in doing a class change.
Yeah, with this party composition, there's no reason to put it off. And he can equip some of the nicer gear, should he find it.
Oh yeah, well he's definitely got some stuff for the fighter, for sure. For the knight, rather.
Yeah, Thor Hammer equipable on the White Mage, Vorpal and Defense Sword, both good options for the fighter. Looks like he's gonna dump the rest of the clutter, and I think he can. Yeah. So he's got the opal helmet and the opal armor, both of which are gonna be very nice upgrades.
I think he's trying to figure out where he wants to put that Zeus gauntlet.
If he's planning on doing Sea Shrine next, Zeus Gauntlet on the fighter might not be a bad idea, but unfortunately you would lose the protection of the Pro Ring. So, tough decision, but I can see arguments either way.
Well, he can always, at least if he wants it in his inventory, he can always just toss aside the iron shield just so he has it in the inventory.
High Spirits throwing away the wizard staff. No respect for confusion tactics. And now he realizes, wait, he needs to be class changed. Give me back that flame sword.
And Solaris is going back into the volcano. I would assume he's probably going to finish it off this time.
And I'd be curious to see how Solaris routes the rest of the volcano, if he just gets the chests that are along the way, or if he decides to full clear.
Yeah, because at this point, he'd only be looking for maybe the Masmune or another ribbon or two.
Yeah, he could also be looking for Adamant. At this point, Vorpal is his endgame sword, while pretty good. Probably would feel more comfortable with the Masamune.
Yeah. And High Spirits is also coming back to the volcano. Oh, interesting. He's finishing off the first treasure floor here.
So with this move, I suspect that High Spirits is going to full clear, and well, he might want to just reset at this point. That's a lot of life charges, and once again, just Solaris's route paying off versus High Spirits. The extra 3 pro rings, putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, having gone to check out some of the other towns was definitely to Solaris's benefit.
Ooh, dragon armor hiding over by the Grey Worm tile.
That's a really nice, nice find.
Yeah, immunity from fire, lightning, and ice, all in one nice package.
So it does look like Solaris is looking to clear out the rest of the volcano, and the Aegis shield. Wow.
Okay, so just yeah, he's got.
I'd say his fighter's pretty set.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of immunities stacked on the knight right now, so he should be feeling pretty good, even if that knight isn't wearing a ribbon.
There's a ribbon.
Oh, hey, what do you know?
Oh goodness.
So that's 2 ribbons that were in Volcano. And, yeah, Volcano being an embarrassment of riches so far.
Well, at least High Spirits will eventually encounter that second ribbon also, which I'm sure he'll be happy to see.
Yeah, given the way he's routing things, he's not likely to skip this. And Solaris saving some heal potions, using the heal items, and with the speed up, it's not necessarily as bad of a play as it used to be. The animations for this round versus the last tournament have definitely gone a little quicker.
It's funny, it looks like the Agamas, even if you wanted to run from them, you couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. At least it's not unrunnable Tyros.
Every Team Tyro person would be up in arms.
That's when you just got forfeit. Can't finish seed, Tyros are unrunnable.
Are we voting in those polls on Tyro versus Stake again?
I hope not. There's been a lot of bloodthirsty newcomers lately, so I don't want to see the results.
Iguana versus Agama versus Saria. Bonus stream party and one sword to rule them all. Okay, so no Tyro versus Stake this time around. We're safe.
Alright, so Solaris is going to be the first person to take a look at carry, and has definitely enough new charges to get through this fight pretty cleanly.
Still gonna heal up to full before, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, entirely possible that a nasty elemental ability has fallen onto one of the fiends, and looks like he's going to take this round to set up for a longer fight. I feel like with the stats the way they are, and the fact that you have so many new charges, that just taking a pure offense approach is the way to go for this fight. But
yeah, and so far it looks like Carrie only had Dark. And that's all we're gonna see for Solaris' fight.
Yeah, Double Temper in the night does some pretty good work.
And again, we have some more route convergence as Solaris is gonna do his Ice Cave dive here.
But yes, Solaris is going to do this this dungeon a little better equipped than High Spirits, and High Spirits has to do some inventory Tetris to keep all of the promotion-only gear in stock. So he's running out of room, and that ribbon's going to go right on the knight.
He's also moving his knight back. I wonder if he's going to grind a little bit more.
He might be setting up a solo grind at this point. But he hasn't... or maybe he's just going to kill off the red mage and 3-man from here on out.
Darn red mage not pulling his weight.
Lots of good stuff in the white and black magic shops this time around, so when you get early fade, the white mage feels a lot more useful.
And yeah, it looks like some grinding is definitely going to happen here. But I think considering the flags for this particular part of the tournament, that you don't really have to go to too high a level unless you, I mean, retrospect later on, Kraken or Tiamat can hit like a truck, but...
So there is the adamant for Solaris, and even though High Spirits was the first person to pick it up, Solaris is likely to be the first person to equip it.
And High Spirits is not healing his red mage, so he might be killing him off, like you said.
Of course, Agama not cooperating. 50% chance to hit the red mage, punching every other slot. And now the fighter just one-shots the Agama.
Agama fact. Agamas never do what you want them to do.
They have poor night vision and they're stuck in a room in the volcano.
Well, his mage is dead now, so.
I would be curious to find out from High Spirits at the end of the game what he feels is a good level for going into Temple of Fiends.
Well, High Spirits is a newer runner. I don't know about Solaris, but I know High Spirits has only been playing Randomizer for a few months.
Yeah, if you're familiar with the Black Belt grind in the meta from the previous tournament, or if you're familiar with the vanilla speedrun, you may think that this is the best way of getting experience. But there is an argument, a very, very compelling argument to be made in favor of just getting experience as you go.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just was going to say, I think as you get to later levels of the tournament, when the flags get a little bit more difficult, then the grind is going to be a lot more necessary than it is now.
The big issue is, and especially with the early Magic that we've seen, there are very experienced rich enemies in Sky and in Sea, and both of those, you sort of have that sunk cost already of running into them as you go to complete those dungeons. So these grind fights, while they might be a little more efficient on a fight-by-fight basis, are extra fights that you're taking that you wouldn't normally if you were just running to the end of the game as fast as possible.
Well, it doesn't look like he grinded for too long, because I think his party is only about level 17. Oh, that
wow.
Giant just hit like a truck.
Yeah, that is, those guys do not mess around. They are one of the more unpleasant things to find on the bottom floor. Level 100 is a good level for Temple of Fiends. I can get for Zar's 500% seeds that he runs late at night. If I could get a level 100 black belt, I'd do it. But there's just a limit.
There's only so much your sanity can take sitting there and grinding on monsters. So now, Solaris has got 2 ribbons, got 4 pro rings. He's gonna get Excalibur. Do we bother really going for many more chests?
With the double ribbon and Excal, I think you're set. But depending on High Spirit's routing, he may, if he puts ordeals off for a while, he may never actually see the tail.
Well, he does No, that was Ruby, not Rod. Never mind. I was gonna say he has to go in for Ruby, and then wait. No, that's not necessary.
Yeah, neither player has gone and done the waterfall yet. And so High Spirits is going to check ordeals now, and so he will have the tail and be pretty well geared for endgame as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's incentivized. It's not a bad idea to check it. And hopefully when he goes to get the Oxyel from the Fairy and Gaia, he also checks the weapons and armor shop so he can pick up those pro rings like Solaris did.
Nothing like a good run through ordeals wasted.
Ice 3 and Warp at level 7. Oh man.
So level 7 Warp would have been a lot more interesting if ordeals or Ice Cave were still on the table. You might have been able to use some defer exploring either of those until you got at least one charge and got through those a little more efficiently. But as things stand right now, probably better to just run through those dungeons as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, well, Ice 3 would only really be useful, I think, at this point too, is if the waters are unrunnable.
That is true, and with Unrunnable Shuffle, the unrunnable formations in Temple of Fiends tend to be somewhat nicer.
Especially considering how many waters you actually get hit with in the water floor. And it looks like we've got a vanilla unrunnable here on Solaris' side.
Yeah, the developers did mention that this particular encounter group is always unrunnable. Because the flip side to this encounter group is the pirates. They share an encounter group, and the pirates also have to be unrunnable.
Oh, that's very interesting. I know absolutely zero about coding anything, so I always find this stuff fascinating.
Yeah, there is a lot of shared resources when it comes to the encounter groupings, and it's pretty interesting.
Oh man, and there's the Masmune for Solaris.
So these chests, a lot of the top tier runners make it a point to check these 3 chests on their way through C, because it's 3 chests that you can get by adding only 6 steps to your route. So it's very efficient, and a lot of the runners, experienced runners, will tell you they have found some really good stuff in those chests. I think Minochi found a ribbon in one last night.
I'm a little surprised that he took the trap tile. Maybe it was just by accident.
It's not going to work out too badly for him. He does have the he does have enough spell charges to make it through these fights fairly quickly, and the encounters in C are pretty decent experience-wise.
As long as these unrunnable lobsters don't have anything terrible, yes.
Yeah, and again, the routing that Solaris took benefiting him, having that completely decked out fighter means that the multiple hits from the lobsters are not nearly as scary. High Spirits running away from a sandworm, and those are very good fights to take, and Nope.
You were talking about unrunnable tyros.
Come on.
I think you're a witch tonight, Edge.
I've commentator cursed myself.
That was pretty funny. And High Spirits is gonna go right for that class change.
Yeah, I totally don't blame him. His inventory is bursting at the seams right now. He needs to free up some space, and time to throw out that inferior warrior armor.
Yep, and we're also gonna get a look into what Kraken 1 looks like. Oh.
Oof. Red Mage does go before getting knocked out. 6 hits on the fighter. The very, very heavily armored fighter still doing a ton of damage, but that's going to do it for that fight.
If I saw a Kraken 1 like that, I'd be a little bit terrified what Kraken 2 looked like.
Kraken 2 is always the secret boss. It feels especially scary if you only have one source of life, because he really, really likes sniping the support mages.
This is very true.
So I feel like the random encounters in the waterfall are kind of on the borderline of being worth killing for experience or not. The bigger mud goal groups, I think I would take. The nightmares by themselves don't feel so good. They're a lot better when they're paired with an evil man. But if you get lucky with a 5 Wiz Mummy encounter off of that trap tile, that is one of the best encounters that you can gun down for experience late game.
Well, at this point, I'm curious what Solaris is looking for. What are we still missing?
We are still missing the slab.
Oh, okay.
And slab will lead to the chime.
To the chime, right.
Yep. So yeah, jackpot for Solaris, and this should be another level.
Yeah, so Solaris is in 100% go mode at this point. If he so chooses, he really doesn't have to look anywhere else.
Yeah, he's just gonna steal the robot's retirement savings and leave. Solaris resets out of that fight as well. The double Frost Gators, that's a pretty good fight to take experience-wise, but when you get ambushed, it's justifiable to reset out.
So being able to go mode the Mirage Tower and Sky Castle and Earth Cave are all very nice things to be able to go mode if you choose to. There, of course, is a plethora of treasure up in Mirage Tower and Sky Castle, but I mean, there really isn't too much Solaris can find at this point to help make things better.
Yeah, another ribbon, the white shirt. That would really be about it. And high spirits with the slab.
Yeah, unfortunately, High Spirits is about a dungeon behind at this point because he still has not gone down into the water cave.
And is he leaving? Has he done the bottle for Oxyal chain?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But he is going back to Melman to make sure that his, whatever his mages can learn out of Cure 4 in life, he's gonna teach them.
And nothing really to write home about in the black magic shop. But he is gonna get that slab translated.
Again, though, as he goes up to Gaia to get the bottle changed into Oxyale, I really hope he looks in the armor shop. Because otherwise he's totally going to miss out on those pro rings. And he's not even going up there, he's going into Earth Cave.
Well, we have not seen what the enemies in Earth Cave have, so this will be an interesting treat. The wizards seem to be pretty harmless, but the trolls just heal themselves, so they're just there to waste your time.
That seems very fitting. And we've got bat blockage. Bats, please.
And some muscle memory there from High Spirits, going to go fight the wizards, and then sees that he can run. I have taken the brunt of that many times, especially with incentive Marsh Cave. Like, oh, I gotta fight the wizards now, let me get my Lit 3 charges all ready to go, and wait, I could've just ran.
Like I said, that quality of life weight is very nice. At least, so you're not wasting your time running from things you don't expect to be able to run from.
That was a dapper-looking vampire, but his dazzling white cloak could not distract the Light Warriors.
Unfortunately, we have no time for our vampire.
Alright, Solaris in Sky right now, while High Spirits is about to rough up Lich. And Troll Ambush, so no chance to see the second spell on the list, fortunately.
Lich with a little bit of fire too, but not a big deal at this point.
Yeah, High Spirits with plenty of levels, and that Fade is gonna KO Lich. Looks like Solaris is just gonna dip for some treasure chests a little bit, finds as much money as you can possibly find in a chest, which is incredibly useless right now.
And still taking some air fights for some extra experience also.
There's some good encounters on the way up here. Airs are a little bit more annoying to deal with because of their high evasion. You usually have to nuke them down, but
No! Don't skip the armor shop! No! The pro rings.
gotta go fast. Can't stop now.
Oh no!
Oh, hey! You got a Wormack. And he's got an ice too.
But he's runnable.
No unrunnable Wormack. Hey, are you sure you don't want to fight me?
Double War Max, but we got away from both of them.
I don't know, I might have been tempted to fight the second one after seeing the fact that he let off with ice too, but of course he can just one-punch anybody in the party, so it's still scary.
Oh sure, plus you don't know what else he might have in his arsenal. And Solaris is going to move his knight, all the way to the back to protect him.
Not a bad idea, although the knight should be... Well, he's gonna set up for this fight as well, but with the nuke charges, even if the knight does go down, he should have enough in the way of non-elemental magic to get through this fight.
Question in chat, did Waterfall Robot give an item? Yes, it gave the slab today.
And the Black Wizard takes a beating, but he will be hopefully brought up. And just Earth left for Solaris.
And High Spirit's still checking chests in Mirage Tower, hoping to find what Solaris already found.
No, just reset Solaris. You don't have to. There's a better way.
Man, 2 Tyros had to fall for this seed. 3 Tyros had to fall for this seed. You definitely commentator cursed yourself.
I can understand wanting the experience, though, especially because Earth is not a super experience-rich place, and Solaris is at level 19 right now.
To be fair, unless there's something really nasty in the Temple of Fiends Revisited, probably okay.
Yeah, he's certainly got enough temper charges, and with Power Gauntlet, if he's able to set up for a boss fight, he should be able to close it out. But there are 3 nukes in the pool, and a bunch of nuclears, and those showing up early during a boss fight can really ruin a party's day, no matter how strong they are.
Oh yeah. But even a couple of more levels may not necessarily save them from that.
Yeah. Although I think there are some strong HP level ups for the White Mage in the 20s, so if Solaris selects to take some fights along the way in Temple of Fiends to make things safer, it might just be the difference between surviving a nuke taking a dirt nap.
And High Spirits is checking pretty much the same chests along the way that Solaris checked. Unfortunately, we know that he's probably not going to find what he's looking for unless he checks those 3 chests in the water cave.
Excalibur, not a bad consolation prize though, and will still do appreciable damage versus Tiamat since she has a weakness to poison element.
Ooh, that doesn't look like a very nice unrunnable fight.
Pretty good on experience though.
Luckily, we have plenty of nuke to go around.
That's right, he hears footsteps, clanking footsteps. This, though, when it's 1-1, it feels like a waste just burning those nukes. And I don't know. I'm kind of hoping High Spirits runs into Warmech because I think High Spirits is the kind of person that would fight him.
I have to say, though, he's getting some very, very poor unrunnable encounter luck here on the bridge.
Yeah. Oh, one more. Nope. So, Solaris sees Wormek twice, High Spirits none. So, on average, our runners have both seen them once.
Sounds about right. She still hits hard, though.
That she does. So it looks like at level 20, the White Mage gets a strong HP level up, so that could make a pretty big difference. But it's pretty likely that Solaris will gain another level on the way down through Temple of Fiends, so that HP gain should be seen.
Oh, sure. Well, there's still likely to be a fair amount of unrunnables in Temple of Fiends, even if they are a little bit nicer.
Alright, High Spirits about a dungeon behind. So Solaris is ready to head into Temple of Fiends, but if there's anything particularly nasty, it will give High Spirits a chance to catch up.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do a little restocking as well before he goes in, or picking up some magic for his fighter. Not a bad idea to have some extra life charges.
Oof, unfortunately, the good stuff not in the right slots.
Oh. But no, I am very curious to see if High Spirits is going to stop to pick up any of the treasures down here. Because we do know the Masamune is down here.
Yeah, that is the big prize. It will certainly be worth the time investment. just a matter of how greedy he's feeling. He definitely... High Spirits has enough equipment to finish the game, no question, but I'm not going to argue with an improved sword if it's available. And there's level 20 for Solaris on the White Mage, so probably not going to get too many more levels, so we'll see if level 20 is good enough to get it done here.
Yeah, I think as always it's going to depend on what Kraken 2 and Tiamat 2 have in store.
Alright, Phantom is runnable.
Solaris going to fight him anyway.
Yeah, just, it's that muscle memory again. It is rewarded with 8 experience and the chance to heal off 140 damage. So, Consolation Heal Potion.
And it looks like High Spirit's completely skipping those few treasure chests. So he is going to miss out on the Masmune.
Yeah, unlucky for High Spirits. Looks like Solaris is going to take this fight as well. And the Chimeras are ridiculously good when it comes to experience, so this should pay off.
They're definitely not playing very nice, though.
Alright, it is High Spirit's turn to deal with Kraken, and he is going all-out offense, which I like this strategy a lot. You have the nuke charges, you know he doesn't have as high of an HP pool as the second Kraken, just go for it.
Yeah, plus he doesn't really have to save his charges for anything else afterwards. He can recover.
You got a pack of metal slimes here. They're not running away, so good experience. And now High Spirits is done, so we'll see what he decides to do as far as stocking up.
Where is he going?
It's going on the world tour, it seems. Maybe he's looking for a spell that he wanted to buy, but didn't have the money for earlier.
And Solaris doing a little bit more grinding on the Earth Elementals here too, which are some good experience.
I wonder if he's looking for Life 2 and Cure 4. Maybe for the Red Wizard?
Oh yeah, maybe he doesn't remember where they are, but we know that they're over in Melman, but I just don't think he remembers.
Yeah, and then Life and Fade on the Night, both in bad spots. I like this pickup a lot, though. Ruse on the Night. Not critical with Defense Sword in your inventory, but for those seeds when you'd never found Defense Sword, it pays off big time.
Our tracker asking if I unclick all the items, do the runners have to go back and get them again?
No, actually what happens is we make you go back and get them all again, except the seed is 300%. Solaris putting those life and cure spells to pretty good use, and there's a lot of healing available for this seed, so should be pretty good on keeping the party healthy in between battles. And High Spirits in at 127.20, so pretty good time there as well. Alright, looks like Lich was made out of paper. Takes a 300 power hit to the face and crumbles.
Oh, considering the damage Lich has done sometimes, I think everybody's fine with that.
And he's gonna skip out on the Phantom as well.
I think that's one of the nicer things about being a newer runner to this randomizer, because in this mode, you can be a little bit more used to running from things that you're not used to running from if you run the game or if you played the former randomizer.
Yeah, there are certainly things that I've had to unlearn with respect to the previous tournament. I am still in the course of adjusting to a fighter-based meta. I missed the black belt, but it was time.
So, High Spirit's skipping a lot of the fights, and it's allowing him to catch up a little bit here.
Yeah, High Spirit's taking a more aggressive approach to the fights has definitely been paying off. And really, with plenty of nuke and fade charges, there's no reason why you can't just blow up each boss that you see. Solaris running into a little bit of trouble with carry 2, but has the life charges to bring them back. And unrunnable Agamas for High Spirits, and that's gonna take him a little bit of time to get out of this fight.
Yeah, as we get close to Kraken 2 here, I'm very curious to see what we got in store. Oh gosh, and running into an encounter on the tile before, that always stinks.
Yeah, so High Spirits was almost a full dungeon behind at one point, and is now just a floor behind. So he has done a good job at making up time, but there just may not be enough time for him to make up the ground fully, especially with this unrunnable luck. Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
White Mage survives, which is the important part, and survives by not very much.
And he's only got one QR4 charge left.
More importantly, he's only got... Oh, down goes the White Mage.
Oh, no.
And Solaris is going for broke on this fight, and slow means he's only going to get one hit. Kraken going with the spell list, and that's a wipe for Solaris. So now I would say High Spirits is in the lead, but he has no idea what's coming, and that fight could go just as poorly for him. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and he's a little less well equipped as well. But Carry not playing very nice in either of these players' runs either here.
Yeah, Bane's the Black Mage, but Aegis Shield doing some work. And it looks like High Spirits is electing to hold off on the Life 2 charges so that he has some extra Cure 4 charges, which might pay off in this next fight. So Solaris looks like he's gonna level a little bit before going in, just to get some more HP on presumably the Red Mage. There isn't a strong HP level up for the next classes for quite a while. I think the White Mage gets another one at 24, and that's it. Black Mage gets one at 22, but Black Mage is very, very likely to die to nuke, no matter what the roll is.
Yeah, but the grinding itself, just to have some extra HP, would definitely help.
Yeah, and I think High Spirit's strategy is also probably the right one for this fight. If he just decides to just fight and cast Fades and Nukes, that might be his best chance to survive.
We'll see. He might change it up just because it is Kraken 2, and he knows from experience, as we all do, that Kraken 2 never really plays all that nice.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to set up, and the temper charge going off first is good. Kraken throwing a Blaze out there, which is not Nuke, but if Kraken then decides to cast Nuke, it's very likely that all of the mages die, so he needs to close this fight out. He's really hoping for good turn order here.
There it goes. And down goes every mage he's got.
And he has been reduced to fighting Kraken through slow, but gets a really, really solid crit. And giant stack of heal potions means that this might be possible with Power Gauntlet and Defense Sword, but he's gonna need some very, very kind turn orders.
Yeah, if only he had found the Masamune, he would have been in a lot better shape at this point. Because even with the Power Gauntlet, and there's Nuclear, even with the Power Gauntlet, it still would have been better to have the Masamune sword. He is absolutely gonna buff the heck out of his knight here. Oh no!
Double Nuclear. Oh, that's gross.
Oh man, even with all of those power-ups, he's still not doing too much damage to Tiamat 2 here. She's got a lot of absorb.
That was a pretty good hit. Of note, though, not a lot of crits either, and
oh my gosh! Man, ladies and gents, everybody, get your blesses out in chat for the chaos fight, because we gotta hope that this is gonna work out here.
Yeah, again, nice turn order is definitely what High Spirits needs. If he can set up 2 defenses with a decent amount of HP, he will be in pretty good shape. And he goes first, which is nice.
He got one.
Yeah, Chaos with the Junk Lit 2 and then Rub, so...
Oh, nice.
Only one hit there, so... looks like Chaos is favoring the spell list, though, so this might be a race to the finish.
Oh gosh, Chaos casting fast on himself. Oh, and still only 87 damage with the Power Gauntlet here.
Yeah, Yeah, so Chaos having, looks like high evade, or High Spirits just having poor luck. Yeah, that's some pretty high evade.
Ooh, that was a nice crit.
Yeah, it was. And we'll see. Oh, wow. Back to back. Really, really high damage. And that's it!
That's GG. Holy shnikes. Pulling out that one-on-one clutch on all 3 of the last battles here.
Yeah, showing off how important the defense sword is. If you've got that, and you've got Power Gauntlet, you've got a chance.
But that was, wow, that was very well done. I don't remember where Defense Sword and Power Gauntlet were this seed. Do you remember where they were, Edge?
Defense Sword was in Volcano in the big treasury, and Power Gauntlet was on the top floor of Ice Cave, where the 5 chests are before you drop back down to the eye. And we've got High Spirits in. GG, HF.
GG.
Not hearing anything from High Spirits, so Discord's going to Discord. We'll see if we can get back to him in a second. In the meantime, Solaris, starting his second dive, is already on the Earth floor.
Yeah, hopefully he gets a lot better luck with the turn order this time.
Oh, there we are. I can hear you now.
Alright, GG, High Spirits.
Yeah, way to go. That was incredibly clutch at the end.
Yeah, it got a little scary there, but thankfully Chaos didn't have anything too dangerous, and I was able to get defense off twice before he actually hit me.
How scared were you during that Kraken fight when that slow 2 landed?
Actually, that didn't bother me much. The nuke is what got me. That the only time I started worrying is when that nuke, because I was like, okay, I got my buffs up, so I should be fine. I just gotta hope that, or sorry, that was for, yeah, I was just hoping that like it didn't have a second nuke somewhere waiting for me pretty much the rest of the way. But I think it was the nuke that got me more than anything.
Yeah, some nasty stuff in this Temple of Fiends. The double nuclear from Tiamat, also pretty rude.
Yeah, I didn't see him with double. I only got. Oh yeah, he had nuclear for. No, yeah, Tiamat I didn't hit me with anything. That was actually a pretty nice fight. Besides him wailing me really hard one time, other than that, it was not that bad of a fight. I was just scared because I wasn't critting and I wasn't doing as much damage as I wanted to be doing.
Yeah, at the beginning of that Chaos fight, we were making comments about how high Chaos's evasion must have been, and then you just whipped out those crits one right after the other.
Yeah, once I got the crits going, it was it went nice and it was nice and fast. That's for sure.
But
Yeah.
You were actually about a dungeon behind for a while there, and then unfortunately Solaris wiped to Kraken 2.
Ew. I don't know. I didn't see anything really dangerous from Kraken 2. I guess I was blasting with so much magic, he didn't really get the chance to do anything to me. I mean, I didn't even get to quad X him. That's how sad I was.
Well, he got nuke off in the first round when Solaris fought him, and that basically wiped out half his party.
Yeah, I didn't see nuke from him, so to my point of view, not many monsters had nuke. It was mostly just Kraken 2 at the end there that with the nuke that got me. And nuclear I got hit by once, but that wasn't that bad. That didn't do anything. That like tickled me for like 100 damage.
Yeah, no warm excitings for you, but Solaris saw him twice.
Yeah, a lot of unrunnable encounters. Once you got to that fire floor, it was like everything was unrunnable. The one that Solaris is on right now.
So we saw that you go-moded Sea Shrine. Just have to let you know the Masmian was in the room that you walk by on the way down to Kraken.
That first chest on the top floor?
Not the first chest on the top floor.
Oh, okay.
The one on
the third floor there.
Third floor, yeah.
Yeah, at that point I was like, I'm just not checking any more chests except for the ones I'm passing. I figured with Power Bonk and Defense Sword and Excalibur, that was going to be good enough for me. I saw Fast somewhere, but I didn't remember, and I was trying to find it at the end there, but I couldn't, so I just gave up on it.
Oh, is that what you were looking for? We were wondering what you were looking for at the end.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere, but I couldn't remember where, and I'm like, after a few checks, I'm like, whatever. We'll just go for, excuse me. We'll just go with the Defense Sword and Power Bonk, and hopefully that would get me through.
Well, it did, so...
Yeah, pretty rough set of spells and abilities on the Temple of Fiends bosses once you got down to Kraken 2 and Tiamat 2, but Defense Sword wins the day.
Yeah, I definitely love that Defense Sword. I might not be like that much of a veteran to Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer, but I love that Defense Sword. There's plenty of times in practice seeds where I have to solo or two-man the chaos because, of deaths, and that Defensive Sword is the only thing that keeps me alive. It's a shame that the fighter couldn't learn Life 1. That would have made the ending a lot less stressful.
Yeah, no Life 1 and no Fade, so no fun allowed for the fighter.
In some of the later rounds, are the magic permissions going to be shuffled at all, Edge, or no?
I don't believe so. As far as I know, there's no plans to do Magic Shop Shuffle, but the flags for the bracket rounds still yet to be finalized. So.
All right, so Solaris is coming up again on Kraken 2. Let's really hope that he's got better luck this time.
Yeah, it looks like he's still going to set up again.
Which, to be honest, if his mages get nerfed, is not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's getting that nuke early. Getting that unlucky nuke. Thankfully, Kraken waited a while to do it to me, so I had like a lot of buffs up before he did it.
Yeah, he also burned through a lot of his white magic healing charges on the way down.
Yeah, I think the one thing I really got to work on still is spell permissions, because I definitely don't have those down yet, and I was running around doing it a lot, trying to just give spells to people that they're the white red mage when he doesn't deserve to have them.
Right.
Okay, so we're through Kraken 2, so we just got to get through Tiamat, and then hopefully Chaos will play as nicely for Solaris as he did for you, High Spirits.
Ooh, he has no life spells on his red mage?
Nope.
Oh, there's the first nuclear.
And there's the second one.
He has 2 nuclears, jeez. Yeah, I must have got lucky, because I never saw the second nuclear. I was praying that he didn't have a second nuke or nuclear. But thankfully I didn't see it, I don't think.
Oh, at least he got both defenses off at the same time before his red mage got, I guess red wizard got nerfed here.
Yeah, he has the same thing as me and more health, so he has a shot against Chaos, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I would say you would be hard pressed to make it through this this fight without the defense sword. Just with the double nuclear and the nuke from Kraken, it's unless you win a damage race, that's a pretty critical item to finishing this seed.
Oh, you want to know something that did scare me with Chaos? Him casting fast before I got 3 stacks of defense up. That's what scared me.
All right, so we're going to see how many defenses Solaris can get off here before.
Yeah, he has a lot of instant kill attacks, so it's kind of nice that as long as you got the ribbon, you just got to pray for that, small chance to not hit.
Oh, it's good. He also got off 2 defenses before Chaos decided to hit him, so not too bad a shape here.
Once again, no crits on the early map. So this is looking very, very familiar.
And there goes fast, and there goes another defense charge. And I can't say I blame Solaris even a little bit for that.
Yeah, I got like 2 really big crits against him for like 500 and 600 damage to kill him pretty fast once I was able to attack.
And there we go. GG to Solaris.
GG.
GG. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview.
Of course, please remember, this is only the Swiss round, so of course a loss here doesn't really mean too much yet. Solaris can totally win all of their next sets of matches and still move on, if I'm not mistaken.
And we're joined by Solaris right now. GG, Solaris.
GG.
GG, guys.
A little bit of a rough Temple of Fiends there with the nukes and nuclear.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kraken 2 got me the first time through.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a lot rougher time going down than I did. I fell to the same thing as you, as I got everyone annihilated by 1 nuke to Kraken 2, and then like pretty much soloed the Tiamat and Chaos.
Yep.
And but for the most part, like I saw 1 nuclear on Tiamat 2, I saw 1 nuke on Kraken 2, and for me it seemed like it was actually a pretty easy dive, but I think you had a lot worse luck than I did.
I was a couple levels under-leveled. I thought it was good.
You're a higher level than me, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I finished at like 21, 22 range.
Oh, wow.
I think maybe I got to 22, 23 with the fighter since he had to fight solo.
Yeah. One second.
Okay, so just the schedule up on the screen right now. Up next on Randomania 2, we've got a double feature, Miot versus Aliger Brap, and Papa Foys versus Trenton GL. Both of them will be running at the same time. So that'll be a fun treat, and definitely a lot of work for the commentators and tracker. So as we wrap things up here, any final thoughts? We'll start with you, Solaris.
No, I'm not, except for the early dive, I thought I was okay with. I thought I played okay. Good game, high spirits. Good luck in the next rounds.
Yeah, GG, man. Yeah, I definitely see where some of my mistakes are still as I'm learning this randomizer. Like the whole bottle thing. Like I thought I got the Oxyal because I went to Gaia, and then I'm like, oh wait, I got to leave and get money and stuff first. And then I tried to go like to the waterfall to get the slab, and then I went to try to go to the sea temple. I'm like, oh no, I never actually talked to the fairy, did I? That was like the biggest bonehead mistake I made. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with most of what I did. But GG, man, good job.
Yeah, GG to you as well.
Yeah, so sorry to rush you guys along a little bit because we're being ushered out here. So if you like what you saw tonight, definitely give these 2 runners a follow because they play a fair amount of these randomizers and lots of other things. if you enjoyed our commentary, you can give Edge and I a follow, and much kudos to our tracker and our restreamer. They're all linked in the chat for you if you want to give us all a follow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks to the Randomania crew. If you like any randomizer action, please follow the Randomania network of channels. They all put on, there are some very, very good programs coming up. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Edgeworth, and have a good night, everyone.
Good night.